And just lastly, who do you see taking the belt at 185?
At 185? Listen, I told you guys, don't sleep on Khamzat. When he was fighting Robert Whittaker, everyone said, oh, yeah, Whittaker's going to get him. Hey, don't sleep on him.
What is your message to Dricus?
Just be ready.
Dricus du Plessis is confident, but MMA pros warn. Underestimate Khamzat Chimaev's power, and it could end quickly. Khamzat made it clear, no matter how good DDP is, he doesn't see him winning at all.
This guy's very good, or this guy's just very strange?
Oh, everyone says it's weird style, weird. That's MMA style, you know. So I don't think it's some crazy weird, but he does his job, he does good, and he's a good fighter. But I'm better.
In a way, does it really matter how he fights? Because if you come out there, so far no one's been able to stop that initial takedown, and you can just do what you want to do.
Khamzat Chimaev said that if Islam Makhachev beats Dricus du Plessis, a future fight between them is possible once he moves to welterweight.
Is there a world where you could end up fighting Islam Makhachev at 170?
We'll see who is going to be the champ there, but I don't know. It's the fastest way, if the guy wins the fight, fastest way to get the pound for pound, #1.
Meanwhile, Joe Rogan was blown away by Khamzat Chimaev's relentless grappling, noting that once he gets a hold of someone, no one escapes. That dominance on the mat is what makes Khamzat such a feared and rising threat in the UFC.
Dana White confirms Khamzat Chimaev is next.
Dricus Khamzat is a pretty big fight that you guys could put on right now.
Yeah. I would give DDP the advantage over Khamzat right now.
Styles make fights, and you've never seen Dricus fight. Good wrestler, and Khamzat's one of the best.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your legs.
But I look at
and you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut for Khamzat. It's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
But again, he gassed out against Usman. Usman went up to 85.
Usman's a world champion. You know, in the third round, Usman did what a world champion does.
Sean Strickland believes Dricus du Plessis has a real shot at winning at UFC 319 on August 16th. He pointed out that du Plessis' athleticism and well-rounded skills could become a factor in the later rounds, especially since Khamzat Chimaev has shown cardio issues in the past.
Did you see DDP and Khamzat got announced?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where's that gonna be at?
Chicago.
Oh no. They're letting the terrorists in.
Do you think he beats DDP, or do you think DDP retains?
You know what's hard? So those little Chechen, dude, they can grapple. And like someone like me, who I've been training with for years, I usually could counter wrestle and grapple them. So I just don't know if Dricus can be able to counter wrestle him. But if he can, I think he wins all hands down, you know. I sparred the Chechen, like hands down, I think Dricus wins. But it's just gonna come down to like, are you gonna be able to like counter wrestle? And like you can, it's not hard.
Adding to this, du Plessis dismissed Khamzat's chances of winning the middleweight title, calling it wasted entitlement. He even questioned Chimaev's ability to win the welterweight belt, implying he's unlikely to claim either title.
Do we have a message for Khamzat Chimaev?
I'll see you when I see you. I think he tweeted something. He actually tweeted, because when his tweets make sense, it's his agent. And when it's just like random English words in a certain, it's him, and he said, this fight, shit fight, fight, yeah. Well, I mean, trying to get to a fight. Couldn't get the welterweight title, definitely not getting the middleweight title. Like, talk about a waste of potential. That's about it.
Meanwhile, Caio Borralho called it a wild matchup. He believes Khamzat could finish it in the first or second round, but if du Plessis makes it past that, he has a real shot. Caio admitted he once doubted du Plessis, but now respects his game after seeing him prove himself.
All right, we're here at Dirty Boxing. Tell us, obviously, you're on the commentary, you're on the desk. Tell us how your experience has been so far tonight.
Yeah, experience is awesome. Miami is a great city. I love to be here. And this event, a lot of violence, organized violence, you know, I love it.
We've obviously got not too much time, so let's jump straight into it. Where have you been? Where's the fight news? What's happening?
Oh, I'm trying. Everybody's running, but we're still waiting. But I know the UFC got figured out, so we're gonna wait a little bit more, and soon we have fight news.
What do you think of the announcement of du Plessis and Khamzat? How do you think that fight's gonna go?
It's a crazy fight, because you can go to Khamzat in the first or second round, but if you pass this round, you can go to du Plessis, because I'm never gonna doubt du Plessis again. You know, he always shut my mouth, so let's see.
What happened exactly where you were going to fight Khamzat and then du Plessis?
I tried that because I heard that Dricus was injured and all that, so I tried to get this fight.
Agreeing with Caio, many believe if Khamzat chooses to stand with du Plessis in the later rounds, it could spell trouble. A clear advantage for DDP. While some call du Plessis' style awkward, that's exactly what makes it effective. It's not sloppy, it's a decade of calculated planning. His unorthodox approach forces opponents to rethink and adjust, proving he's not just awkward, he's ahead of the game. Some even believe the fight won't make it past the first round.
The awkwardness on purpose. That's really interesting because I don't know if people give you that credit. I think they just say you're awkward, period. But that's something you do on purpose?
100%. You know, it's awkward to the people because it's something that they've never seen. So anything that somebody does that's different is going to be awkward because how do you defend that? You know, when I say it is on purpose, I do things in a way that me and my coaches have been training for 12 years. We look at fights and we think this is the way they do it. I think this is a better way to do it. Let's try it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's about doing something. If you just throw your strikes like everybody else, you're going to find a striker that's going to be able to figure that out. And they've seen it a million times in their gyms, in fights, and that is why it is not really awkward. It's just different.
At UFC 319's media workout, Khamzat Chimaev gave fans a preview of what's to come in his title fight against Dricus du Plessis, showcasing his intensity and sharp form ahead of the clash. Chimaev's intensity and focus at the UFC 319 media workout reminded everyone why he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. With elite striking, explosive movement, and dominant grappling, he showed he's fully prepared. Fans are eagerly anticipating this matchup, as both fighters gear up for what promises to be an exciting and action-packed fight. Dricus du Plessis always believed in Khamzat Chimaev's talent and never saw him as overrated. However, he admits it got frustrating watching Khamzat call people out more than he fought. Still, DDP knows Chimaev is the real deal, and maybe even better than people realize.
As far as the Whitaker fight, the last time we saw him, to me, that was the reminder that he is still a special fighter. There was maybe a narrative or some people who thought like, okay, maybe we've seen the best of him. Maybe the sickness got to him. Maybe he's not as good as he first appeared. Whatever, the Gilbert Burns fight, he goes the distance. The Usman fight was a bit surprising. Was that the one where you also said, okay, no, this guy is back or legit, or you always believed, you never doubted?
No, from the first time I saw him fight, I knew this guy was going to be special, 100%. I knew he was going to be special. There was a stage where he didn't fight for like 2 years or something. And listen, he speaks a lot more than he fights. I can tell you that much too. But there was a long period of time he was calling out every single person. That just started getting annoying. It was annoying the shit out of me. He was calling out welterweights, middleweights, light heavyweights, but he wasn't fighting anyone. But there was never ever a stage where I went, this guy's overrated. No, he is as good as people think. I think he's as good as people think. I just think I'm a lot better than people think.
Khamzat said he's unsure about the future. Whether he can beat DDP for the title and move up depends entirely on the UFC.
You said in an interview with ESPN that you still could go to welterweight, you could go to 205. After this fight, and you say you become the middleweight champion, would you rather defend at 185 or try to get another belt right away?
It doesn't matter. So I will be ready, I hope. It's no injury, nothing's gonna happen in the fight. So, and fight in Abu Dhabi. So maybe defend the belt, maybe fight somebody. I'm doing my business, so it doesn't matter if they give me money, so I will fight anyone.
On the other hand, Dricus du Plessis knows Khamzat is coming in ready but isn't scared. He's calm and confident, saying no matter how much Khamzat prepares, he'll prove inside the cage that he's the better fighter.
You know, Khamzat, he looks incredible in training, what I've seen and people talk about it. And people are talking about, oh, he's training with this new coach. And I'm very happy for him. He did it 5 weeks out from the fight. I've been doing this my whole life. I've been fighting title fights for the past. I did it for 5-6 years. Into the UFC, defended my belt twice already. The hard work that he's putting in, people going, oh, he's really training hard. That's what I've been doing every single camp. Fight after fight after fight. That is, you know, that's not new to me. People are praising him for doing what is required. That's what I feel. And I'm really happy for him, and I think he's going to come in there more prepared than ever. You know, I know that feeling of fighting for your first title. I know he's going to come in there prepared. No doubt, I think, and like I said, he is a special fighter. He's incredibly good.
Khamzat Chimaev is training hard for the biggest fight of his career, working alongside elite fighters like Arman Tsarukyan and top-level coaches. He's grateful for the support, praising Arman for pushing him in training and their mutual respect as they both rise in the sport.
How has it been with having a lot of the UFC legends here, active fighters? I know you've been training a lot with Arman Tsarukyan. He's here. How has that friendship and camaraderie been like for you?
Being crazy, you know. I never thought we're gonna be friends, but you know, but you never know. God knows better what's next for you, and we become friends and good friends. And he said to me, he calls me like, come brother down here, and it's good training, and come here. I'm just happy, thankful for that.
Khamzat Chimaev is more ready than ever. His skills, training, and intensity have all peaked. He's focused on smashing Dricus du Plessis and finishing the fight before the referee can react. Khamzat isn't here to compete. He's here to destroy, confident the fight will end badly for DDP in the early rounds thanks to his hard work and sacrifice.
How have you been preparing throughout training camp for this fight to go 5 rounds, for you to hear the final bell at 25 minutes? Are you ready for that kind of difficult fight?
If I wasn't ready, I'd not be here. Oh, of course, always ready.
What is your message to people who doubt your cardio, for example?
If they see any fighter, they undefeated in my weight class. No, it's only me. I don't know what to say, and like, getting tired. I smashed the guys, bro. It doesn't matter. Critic or not critic. I'm the millionaire. At the end of these guys were sitting on there drinking beer, you know. I'm working hard. You know, fight. If it goes 25, work quickly.
Khamzat Chimaev isn't caught up in the UFC title chase like most fighters. For him, it's all about the money. He's shown he's not overly impressed by the belt. Business comes first. If the pay is right, Khamzat will show up and dominate, just like in his last title fight where he was well compensated. The UFC can keep the belt as long as the dollars make sense.
I feel like he's gonna fight for the title quickly. It's been several years. How do you feel about getting the title shot now in this moment in your life personally?
I don't think so much about the belt. I has a couple of millions coming after the fight on my bank account. That's the important thing. So I want to fight, beat that guy, you know. That's the important for me.
Dricus du Plessis is sending a strong warning ahead of UFC 319, saying Khamzat Chimaev isn't ready for him. According to DDP, Khamzat may be intense and dangerous against some fighters, but he's never faced the pressure, power, and diverse attacks that du Plessis brings.
I want to talk about your fighting style, because you have a very unorthodox style, and it's one that Khamzat has actually never faced before. So how will that benefit you?
Get my style that is a very, like I say, it's a very controversial style in the UFC. It's only a benefit because it's proven to be effective, but then again, how do you prepare for that? How do you find somebody to mimic that? And that's at the end of the day almost my niche. It's hard, close to impossible to prepare for me because I have this unique style that
where do you find somebody who really gets it?
Dricus claims he's already exposed weaknesses in Khamzat's game, saying Khamzat struggles against well-rounded fighters who don't crack under pressure. But Khamzat keeps proving his exceptional skills, showing why he's one of the division's most dangerous fighters. Known for his relentless pressure, wrestling, and chaotic aggression, Khamzat Chimaev is clearly putting in serious work during this training camp. He's training with elite fighters and top coaches, sharpening his striking, endurance, and takedown skills. Khamzat Chimaev is taking his training beyond the gym, immersing himself in nature while pushing his body to the limit. With uphill sprints, heavy object throws, and shadow boxing on tough terrain, he's building speed, endurance, and strength. This isn't just exercise, it's tactical survival training, preparing him mentally and physically to endure 5 rounds of intense battle where knockouts can happen anytime.
You ready?
Let's kick it here, go push it.
Go! Go!
Go, Khamzat, Plessis, come here! Go!
Dricus du Plessis recently claimed Khamzat Chimaev only knows wrestling, implying he lacks other MMA skills. But fans and fighters know Chimaev's wrestling is next level. He dominates with powerful takedowns and relentless control. If wrestling alone can break DDP, Khamzat might just do it at UFC 319. Veteran fighter Mike Perry is sharing his measured take on the upcoming matchup between Dricus du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev.
Some people are like, oh, Khamzat all day. Some people are like, DDP all day. You know, Khamzat trains in like Sweden and like California, and Dricus trains in the trenches of Africa. I think DDP is just this awkward boulder. He's just an iron boulder. Khamzat has skills. He's gonna jump on the back. He's gonna pull some backpack.
Yeah, he's gonna like he tried on Rob, but I don't think you're gonna be able to. Like you just said, dude, he is just like an iron boulder. Like he's gonna survive. It's gonna end up being like the Gilbert Burns and Khamzat fight.
Mike Perry's predictions were bold and confident, but who does he pick to win? Meanwhile, Sean O'Malley calls the Khamzat versus Du Plessis fight explosive, expecting sparks to fly. He believes it'll be an aggressive, skill-packed battle and one of the most incredible fights in UFC history.
DDP versus Khamzat. What is that, like 2-3 weeks? Like, holy. I just actually watched DDP versus Israel this morning before practice. And dude, Izzy was looking so good in that fight. Like I remember watching it and thinking, like I only had rewatched it just this one time, but watching it live, I remember thinking like Izzy looked good, and I kind of, for the most part, dominating the fight. And then that fourth round just kind of got hit up top on the head and just, you know, went downhill real fast from there. But God, Izzy was looking good in that fight. So I'd like to see Izzy come back. Izzy versus Sean 2 would be sweet. But yeah, Khamzat versus DDP is very exciting for me right now.
Arman Tsarukyan responded to Dricus Du Plessis' challenge, backing Khamzat Chimaev's wrestling. He doubts Du Plessis can handle Khamzat's explosive grappling and predicts DDP will be in for a very long night.
What is a good strategy Khamzat is looking at in terms of going at Dricus?
He does every fight the almost same things, and he's not going to change anything.
I saw on Twitter, Dricus said he'll give him 10,000 for every time he's able to take him down.
DDP thinks Khamzat not gonna take him down. If he's really thinks like he's gonna pay his 10,000, he's gotta give all his money to Khamzat.
You're awesome, man. That's crazy.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back praising Khamzat Chimaev. With world-class wrestling, explosive striking, and suffocating pressure, Rogan sees Chimaev as a genuine threat in the UFC now.
He's terrifying. He does it to everybody. Everybody he gets a hold of him just ragdolls. Even like really elite wrestlers. It's very extraordinary. His talent is undeniable. The Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder. The grappling that he possesses seems magnitudes greater than anybody else in his division. And his stand-up is fucking dangerous too. I think he's way better at 185. He has more energy and he's more than big enough for those guys. He's huge.
Do you think it's different with Du Plessis?
He can wrestle. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He hits fucking hard and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy.
On another note, UFC fighter Sean O'Malley recently warned fans not to underestimate Dricus Du Plessis. He said DDP's style might not be flashy, but his unorthodox approach and power can break opponents down. O'Malley praised Du Plessis for consistently proving doubters wrong.
If there's anyone that can match up stylistically with Khamzat for strength, DDP is probably one of the strongest middleweights in the division. He's showed that he could have cardio if it goes later, but it's going to be surviving that initial onslaught versus Khamzat, which is always that struggle. And whether or not he can defend against that is yet to be shown.
I would love to see Khamzat versus Strickland too. Khamzat said in training, I submitted him multiple times. In a fight, it's a little different. And Strickland, you've seen Strickland get dumped before. He is an expert at getting up. He's really good wrestling, really good jiu-jitsu. But just like you said, can you survive the first fucking 3 minutes with that dude?
That's fire.
I miss the crazy Khamzat, but now that he's getting into these top 5 elite guys, I mean, it's probably better that he's not crazy Khamzat.
As UFC 319 approaches, the energy is electric for one of the most explosive middleweight battles ever. On one side, Khamzat Chimaev, the relentless wolf, comes in fired up, confident, and backed by elite training. On the other, Dricus Du Plessis, the powerful South African warrior, locked in and ready to break Khamzat's run. Both fighters believe they're unstoppable, both prepared for war, and only one will leave the cage-crowned king. So who's your pick? Will Khamzat's raw aggression and hunger for domination prevail, or will DDP deliver a shocking performance that silences the hype for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a fan of MMA, face-offs, behind-the-scenes training, and fight night breakdowns, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Thanks for watching.